Today I will explain a method called cascading permissions. However, before you watch this tutorial, I would recommend that you watch another tutorial titled Permissions Beginner. The link for this is in the reference section at the bottom of this page. You will also need to understand three things first. Number 1. In order to adjust permissions, you must have grouping configuration access or be a system administrator. Number 2. It is helpful if you understand how teams function inside of your grouping. Number 3. You should understand how to enable and disable applications. I will provide articles explaining these prerequisite topics in the reference section at the bottom of this article. Cascading permissions refers to strategically creating teams, adding members to these teams, and assigning each team different levels of permission. The permission level of a user over an application will not be affected if they are added to a team with a lower permission level over the same application. Here's a demonstrative example to show you what I mean. First, click the Teams application on the left-hand column under the category settings. You will then be brought to the Teams page. From here, we are going to pretend that you are trying to strategically organize your human resources staff. Let's say, for example, you currently have 2 human resources administrators, 1 human resources recruiter, and 1 director of human resources. In this example, you are wanting your director to have more permissions inside of the human resources applications when compared to the supporting staff. You also want your recruiter to have more permissions inside of the human resources applications when compared to the administrators. Moreover, you want everyone relevant to human resources to be inside of the same team. Bear in mind that you cannot change the permissions of specific users. Don't worry, there is a solution for this. The first step is to create 3 separate teams. To create a team, you just need to go up to the box here and click Add Team. The first team we are going to call Human Resources Director. The second team we are going to call Human Resources Recruiters. And finally, the third team we are going to call Human Resources. Once you have all 3 teams created, you will need to change the permission levels of each. We will start with the permission level of the director. So you simply click on the director and move your mouse over to the permissions box. So as you can see, all newly created teams will have the permission level access for all applications set to none. However, they will still be able to see what the all users team can see, as that is the lowest level access for all users within the grouping. So we need to go to the human resources category, and for each of the applications, we are going to select the highest level of permission, making them an admin of the entire human resources category. Once you have clicked on the permission level you want, the change is immediate. You can then move your mouse over to the left-hand column and look for the Human Resources Recruiters and give them a click. And for the Human Resources Recruiters, we need to give them high-level permission access, but not quite as high as we would want the director to have. So we are going to give them delete level access. And now we need to go to the Human Resources team, click on that, and go up to the permission levels of the Human Resources team. And for this team, since they are a part of Human Resources, we will give them change level access. This team will have the lowest level of permissions when compared to the other 2. Now we just need to move our mouse up to the team members box at the top right hand corner, click on that, and we will be brought to the teams page again. And at this point, we have successfully changed the permissions for the 3 new teams. The last step is to strategically add members to each of these teams. So in this example, we will use Tim and Frank as our 2 administrators. Chelsea can be our 1 recruiter, and Bobbert Smith can be our 1 Human Resources Director. Tim and Frank are administrators, and so they will go into the Human Resources team. We will also add Bobbert and Chelsea into this team because we want everyone to be included in the Human Resources team. So in order to do this, we just need to click on the ellipsis of the team and then click Add Member. So we need to find Tim. And then we need to add Frank. Next, if Chelsea is our only recruiter, she will go into the Human Resources Recruiter team where all application permission levels are set to delete. So we click on the ellipsis, click on add member, select Chelsea. Lastly, if Bobbert is our only director, he will go into the Human Resources Director team. Click on the ellipsis, click on add member, and we can add Bobbert here. So we go ahead and click submit. Now we have our 3 teams. So since Bobbert and Chelsea currently have higher permission access over the human resources applications in different teams, their permission levels will not be affected if they are added to a team or teams with lower permission level access. Therefore, even with Bobbert and Chelsea in a team with lower permission level access, Bobbert will still keep his admin level permissions, and Chelsea will hold on to her delete level permissions, and the 2 human resources administrators will remain at change level permissions. This is how you can successfully implement the cascading permission effect in Teams using the Business Base software.